Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth Scenes and Scents, and welcome back to my channel. And please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your certified Scentsy consultant. So today I have for you one of my very favorite videos to film, and that is my quarterly Scentsy Club. I have a whole basket here of the things that I keep in my quarterly club, which are primarily sentimental seasonal favorites. But first, because you can get such a good deal on it when you get over your certain amount in your club, you can get any item half price. Well, almost any item. I found out you can't do a licensed, but I did a brick, which is usually $24, so it's $12 when you get this half off of all this Scentsy wax goodness. There are about 5.5 bars here, so do the math on that. This is quite the deal, and this one is coconut lemongrass, which is one of my favorite of their very clean, sharp scents. Oh, and it's just lemongrass and coconut. And there's plenty enough here to banish all nasty odors from my kitchen for probably a year. So let's just randomly dive into my bin. I have an entire basket full of everything that just came in my club. So a quarterly club comes 4 times a year, and I typically skip one. Now, it had been my plan to skip the April shipment until I realized that it was either July or October when I skipped it last year, so I was going to lose half of my bars, and I was not willing to do that. I will just skip it later in the year. In the budgeting grand scheme of things, it'll still add up to a savings at some point in the calendar year. And I have all sorts of Christmas, all sorts of fall, because you just don't know until July 1st what's actually coming back in the fall and winter catalog. And last year I found out the hard way that you really, really need to put your beloved favorites in your club. Don't gamble. Cozy Fireside. If you haven't heard that sob story, I will spare you, but if you've been watching my channel, you know what would be coming. I won't do it today, though, I promise. So let's just dive in randomly. First off, I have Cozy Spice. Now, this is one of the ones that's been in my club for a very long time. Oh, it's so good. It's nutmeg and other gentle spices with a little bit of vanilla, just a real creaminess with the spice. So it doesn't really bite as much as it warms, and it is lovely. This was in the Cozy collection around Christmas time several years ago. Cozy Cranberry, Cozy Cabin, Cozy Spice, Cozy Cashmere, which is also in here, and Cozy Cookie. Now, Cozy Cookie's been out of my club for a long time. I wish I had not pulled Cozy Cabin. Cozy Cranberry is okay. I think I still have a half a bar downstairs, but the Cozy Spice and the Cozy Cashmere remain because they are amazing, and I wish I hadn't pulled Cozy Cabin. That one is very, very good too. All right, randomly drawn, Farmhouse Fur. Now, Farmhouse Fur has been in my club not as long as Cozy Spice, but when they retired it out of the catalog, I think 3 seasons ago now, I definitely wanted to put it in there. This has blood orange, fir needle, I think a little bit of cinnamon. It is amazing because it is a warm, gentle, evergreen scent that is a little bit on the hearth and home side rather than out in the icy forest side. Really good. Okay, White Sands. This was in a Bring Back My Bar several years ago. This is one of the few summer bars that I will never cut. Oh, it's beautiful. It's got jasmine and rice milk, and it is smooth and elegant and light. Just gorgeous. This one, actually, I should probably get a couple bars out of this and start melting that. It's great in a bedroom in the summertime. Hendrix. Now, I just got to put this in the club in January, but I had been missing it for several years. Oh, it's wonderful. It's warm with the patchouli and the pink pepper and the tobacco flower, and oh, it's so good. It's kind of like satin sheets, but then adds some extra smoky, rich depth. Wonderful bar. My favorite man smell. Okay, another one which is just in my club, I'm hoping temporarily, which is Very Snowy Spruce. Because they made some very drastic cuts last year, we also lost, what did we lose last fall? It was really a shocker. Honey Pear Cider was a shocker. Cozy Fireside was a shocker. There were a few others where we opened the catalog and went, oh! So I didn't want that to happen to Very Snowy Spruce. It's so nice. So it's on the sweeter side. Not as sweet and gentle as your Farmhouse Fur, but it's quite sweet. And it's got like amber and other things to just keep it really resinous and beautiful. So I think that will come back, but they introduced Icicles and Evergreen, Mighty Pine, which is still in clearance, so I don't think that one was super popular. I love it. And then the Black Forest Pine. All of those came out last Christmassy season, and I'm wondering if one of them is going to give one of our classics the boot, which is why Very Snowy Spruce is in there till I get a look at that new catalog. In July 1st, there will be the opportunity to look online. Go to your consultant's website or just Google Scentsy Fall Winter 2022 and see what comes up, and you'll be able to check that against your club and then pull things safely. Okay, Brown Sugar Praline. Now this one was in a holiday trio several years ago. Oh, it's really good. I think this was in the same trio as another bar that's in here, if my memory serves me correctly. This is gentle. This is sort of like a coffee house with brown sugar sprinkled on it. There's no coffee note in the description, but I definitely get that, and it's just really, really nice, cuddly bakery scent. Sort of the same intensity of throw as your oats and honey. If my club ever gets way too big and I have similar scents, that one may eventually get cut, but I just haven't had the heart to do it yet. Cinderella. Now, Cinderella I will not keep forever. I just want a few bars of this. It is so pretty. So this has gardenia. I said it right this time. I didn't say magnolia. It has gardenia and lemon, and I think forget-me-not. Oh, it's so pretty. This is a great scent for a bedroom or a bathroom. Just lovely and beautiful and elegant. Okay, oh, you're the one. Now, this, I don't know how this smells. I usually budget the most in the winter time, like winter going into early spring, just because our business is carpet cleaning and people don't want their carpets cleaned in the middle of the winter in Michigan. So this bar I have not smelled yet because I didn't order the trio for Valentine's Day, but this one caught my interest. I know it has cucumber in it, and I'm always looking for a good cucumber scent, so let's see. Yeah, this is wonderful. I don't exactly know what all is in here. It kind of reminds me of old school Bath & Body Works, like lotions. But it's very good. So I'm going to melt this, evaluate it, see if I want to keep it in my club. But sometimes if you just can't afford to do bars at a certain time and you know that you can push out a shipment and put a few things in, I will do that time of the year. And I'm really glad that I threw that bar in there. So You're the One is from the Valentine's collection. Oh, here's a good one. Vanilla Oud. Oh, this is a great bar. This is kind of like Hendrix. It's not as smoky, but it's one of those rich, deep bars. You'll see a lot of that in this particular club. This is my club for the things that I just cannot live without. It's got leather, it's got oud wood, it's got vanilla. It's so wonderful. And this one's not a super strong throw. So it's more like it rolls through the room at a medium to lower level, but you walk in and think, it just smells so nice in here. Whereas Hendrix definitely performs at a higher level, and you just barely walk into the room and it hits you in the face. So, all right, what else do we have in my basket? Oh, Be Merry. Now, Be Merry is only in my club because of what happened with me with Cozy Fireside last year. I don't think they're going to pull this, but if they did, it would be a second hit of things that I just love that I don't want to lose. Oh, this is so nice. So, this one I think has hollyberry and cassis. It's like the currant kind of a thing. And, fir boughs, and it is just quintessential Christmas. It's so good. So I just had to club it as just in case. Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, next one. This, I think, was in the same trio as Brown Sugar Praline. This is Hazelnut Frosting. Now, this one, if I had to choose between Brown Sugar Praline and Hazelnut Frosting, the Hazelnut Frosting is staying. Oh, this is so good. It's got ginger, it's got hazelnuts, it's got this, not as buttercreamy as vanilla bean buttercream, but this buttercream background. This bar is great. You could use it any time of the year. It's not Christmas specific at all, but it is wonderful. I wish that they would put that in the catalog, honestly. It was so good. All right. Ooh, Scary Good. Now, I think this one's going to come back because it was so popular last fall. Oh, this bar. Oh, I am such a pumpkin and spice freak. The Scary Good is like, for me, I mean, you can debate this with me if you want, but for me, it's very much like the base of Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin from Bath & Body Works, and you add all this smoky butterscotch. And it's so good. And we don't have a pumpkin scent like this in the usual lineup, so I put it in my club, hoping to take it out because I think, if I don't miss my guess, that that's going to show up in the catalog this fall. But if it didn't, I'd be sad, so that's why it's here. Okay, now here's another one that most people didn't like last winter. I have 2 or 2.5 bricks of it. But it's so nice for me personally, and we'll never see it again. I had to keep the bar size in my club, and that is Sweet Orange Pomander. Oh, this smell is so homey. It isn't coming out. This one's very, very hard. Yeah, it's not coming out. This bar is very much like Yankees Welcome Home. It's spicy, it's deep, it's warm, it's rich. No, it doesn't really smell like oranges. It's only got like a dried orange peel background on the clove and the cinnamon. I will be melting this probably starting in October and not stopping until like February. It is so good. Okay, what else? I have, pumpkin chai. Okay, now, there are so many pumpkin scents that we have, and I wasn't sure which one they were going to pull. Pumpkin chai, I debated and debated. I took it out, I put it in, I took it out, I put it in several times before the last catalog retired, which would have been at the end of January. Ooh, uh-oh. This particular shipment must have gotten a little beat up. I got a few rough clamshells in here, but this pumpkin chai, it's so good. Now, if you've never melted pumpkin chai before, the first 5 or 10 minutes are a little funky because this milk note on the bottom has to kind of warm up and mix. But after that, oh man, it just goes and goes and goes. It is fantastic. Now, one that I do not have in my club that is wonderful is Bright Cider Life. But I can only put so many in, you know, and it just gets bigger and bigger. So this one and Bright Cider Life I think are very complementary. I just prefer this. Most people probably prefer Bright Cider Life. But this one and that, really, really good. Similar, like they have different notes, but similar complexity, similar scent throw. Very good bars. All right, what do we have here? Red Berry and Spruce. Now, I'm pretty sure this is not coming back, and I fell in love with it last year. The year before, it was a scent of the season, and I wasn't all that impressed. This bar needed a year to cure. And now, I'm so glad it's not coming out of my club. It is not coming out of my club if it doesn't come back next year, which I don't think it will. So it is just soft red berries and blue spruce. And it's kind of medium throw, really, really nice. I'll start melting this in November and go straight through till January. So good. I think it's in clearance still right now, or maybe it's gone, but all the pieces were there, so I doubt it's coming back. All right, we have, Cozy Cardigan. Now, there's 2 reasons Cozy Cardigan is in my club. One is because I'm never going to not want to melt this. This one's good all year for me. And number 2, it is because if this does not come back in the fall, I'm going to cry a river. This is one of my, possibly top favorite bars of all time. I don't use it that often, but it's got amber silk and rose, and it's beautiful, and it's cuddly and it's gentle. So next in the basket, I have Sweet Plum Pastry, and we do have 2 of these because my younger daughter just adores this. So this one is a Bring Back My Bar cult classic. So it's sweet plums and bubbly juice that's sort of running over the side of the pastry shell, and that wonderful crisp pastry shell. It's beautiful. This is another one where it sort of is the scene setter for your home. It's just this great, cuddly, relaxing scent. This one I actually really like to melt in different rooms, maybe not even alternate warmers, but just adjacent rooms with Cozy Cardigan or Cozy Cashmere, because I think it just gives you that wonderful, cozy, relaxed, cottagey feel. Let's see what else we got left in here. Ooh, Maui Mist, which I did take out because now I have a couple of them. This is the strangest bar. This has vanilla, it's got lilac, it's got rose, and then it has this weird smoky, incensey driftwoody undertone. It is so odd that I like to have a couple bars on hand, but I don't need it for forever and forever. We have, pumpkin roll. Now, this is another one of those pumpkin debates. Do they bring this back in the fall, or have they had enough influx of other pumpkin? What if? This is one of those what ifs that was hard for me. What if Scary Good bumped out pumpkin roll because there are only so many scents that they put in the catalog, so I couldn't handle it. So I had to put pumpkin roll in. And, this is so nice. And again, pumpkin chai, pumpkin roll. I've got a couple other pumpkins in here. Which one do you keep? Which one do you get rid of? I couldn't handle any of it. I kept them all. This one's more of a cake. It's similar to pumpkin cupcake from Bath & Body Works. And this has the cream cheese frosting and the pecans and sort of a really nice spice cake, and it's pumpkiny and it's so good. So anyway, This one is a keeper, and I sincerely hope that they bring it back this fall. Right, then we have Farm Stand Pumpkin. Now, I really debated about keeping this. This is sort of a medium performer. It doesn't last a long time. Oh, but it's so good. This one's more fresh. It does have a caramel note, but to me, this almost has like, oh man, is this good. It almost has a hayride smell, and I always say that, and nobody else has ever agreed with me on that, but it's so good. So it's more outdoorsy, and it has, to me, it has almost like a little bit of anise and cinnamon and a little bit of fresh hay, and then the pumpkin and the caramel. That's not what's in the notes, but that's what I get, and it's a fabulous bar. But I almost didn't club that just because it isn't the world's best performer, but it is a sentimental favorite of mine. Oh, and Silver Bells. Now, Silver Bells isn't in here for me. This is in here for my kids. I don't care that much about the minty scents, but this is a classic. So it's pear, caramelized brown sugar, musk, and peppermint, and it's really, really good, and it's unique. And after they pulled some of those wonderful classics, I really, really think that this one might be vulnerable, and my kids would cry if it didn't come back. And a lot of people love Silver Bells. All right, so next we have Mighty Pine. Now, this one's in clearance right now, and I have debated, do I just get a stack or do I keep it in my club? But I want fresh bars, and I don't want to feel like I have to hoard this. And it is so good for me that I'm just going to keep it in my club. So it is pine, it's lavender, it's fresh mountain air, it's super sharp, and it is right up my alley when it comes to those Christmassy pine scents. And that one is Christmas specific. I couldn't melt that all year. All right, around the campfire. Now here's another one where I was doing so much debating. I stocked up, and then I'm counting my bars, and I'm like, oh, but if they don't bring it back, it's such a good mixer. So I gave in and put it in my club. This one is so unique. I think it's the nicest smoky scent that Scentsy's ever made. I love Palo Santo. I love Hendrix. I like a lot of these that have smoke, and I don't like Spiced Ember Glow, but we'll talk about that another day. Oh, this is so good. It's got like sweet sap. It's got the good campfire smoke, and it is amazing. It's really good with toasted marshmallow, which is somewhere in here. It's really, really good with sweet scents that you want to sort of smoky up. Oh, so okay, and then pumpkin cinnamon swirl. Like I said, I just couldn't make a decision which one of these is going to get the boot. Oh, and this is like cream cheese frosting and pumpkin. It's pretty much a Cinnabon with a little bit of a pumpkin mixed in. Beautiful smell. That one I melt all year. Ooh, pistachio ice cream. Now here is a great bring back my bar. And this is one of my oldest bars that's in this club. Really nice, creamy pistachio ice cream with a hint of coconut. Fantastic bar. I melt that one usually like February through till maybe August. Okay, and then another sweet plum pastry. I think that's the only one in here where I have 2 bars. Churro. Now, the other day I was thinking of taking this out of my club, but I didn't, thank God, because I put this in my bedroom, and the vanilla and the beautiful light cinnamon sugar and the little tiny bit of fried pastry. It's very light, but oh my gosh, it's good. And it's got this vanilla, almost like the French vanilla in a really high quality French vanilla ice cream. Fabulous bar, even though it's quite light. What else do we have? Ooh, Stroopwafel Delight. Now, here is another hardcore bakery lovers bar that's not come out of my club. This is a lot like pumpkin pecan waffles from Bath & Body Works. It's wonderfully greasy and sweet and full of pecans and butter. Oh, so decadent and good. That's a boomer, and then it just dies right out, but it's great. Okay, and then we have Cozy Cashmere, which is great with Cozy Cardigan. This one's sweeter with blackberries and musk. Excellent bar. It's another one of those that I debate on getting rid of, and my kids keep saving it from the axe. It's really good, though. And Cozy Chai. And Cozy Chai is one of my absolute favorite bars of all time. It's like the best chai latte meets gingerbread scent, and this one's quite hard too. It's not coming out. This makes my home smell like a hug. It's something I melt all year long, and I love it. It is probably my favorite all-around bar of all time, except for my beloved Cozy Fireside, which obviously you're not going to melt in the spring and summer. Toasted marshmallow. This is so good. This is probably my favorite spring-summer bakery they've ever made, which it's been retired for a bit. It's got malt and a little bit of smoky toastiness and all that marshmallow. Absolutely fabulous and delicious. So what else is in here? You can tell this club is a big deal for me. Ooh, Christmas Cottage. Now, again, this one, I don't think they're going to get rid of it, but if they did, I'd cry a river. This was always the sister scent to me for Cozy Fireside, because this one's got cloves and raspberry and Valencia orange, and it's very Christmassy, but it's sweeter and more feminine, where Cozy Fireside was heavy on the ginger and the spices. Really, really nice bar. And Harbor's Edge. Now, this is really the only fresh bar that I save and save and save. It's got fern, it's got raspberry, it's got all that harbor air, and is beautiful. I talk about it all the time. Here's another one I'm debating about keeping, and that is the maple apple bourbon, not the other one that's got bourbon. But this scent, if I could put my personality in a bar, I don't know if it's egotistical to say I smell like this, but maple apple bourbon reminds me of my personality. It's gentle and warm and a little bit earthy. It's not super overpowering. I hope I'm not super overpowering. And it's just, I don't know, it's a bar that I don't melt a lot, but I love it and I sort of identify with it. Now don't take that the wrong way. I am completely a human being. I'm not a bar of wax, but I just really, really like this. It's a really, really good bar. Oh, Polar Bear Hug. Now this one, again, is not for me. This is for my kids. Used to be Eskimo Kiss. Beautiful bar. Oh, it's got, what? Amber, blackberry, jam, musk. It is ethereal, totally unique. Nobody else makes one like it, so I could not get rid of it. Homestead Holiday. Now this one is up there for Christmas. Oh, it's so good. Oh man, this has got, what? Cinnamon, fir needle, blood orange. You know what? I think Farmhouse Fir has grapefruit in it. I'm sorry. This is the one with blood orange. This is much spicier than Farmhouse Fir, but there are some similarities with the sweetness. This is so, so good. And it's very much Hearth and Home for Christmas. Have to have it. All right, what's left? I think I have 2 left. Yep, 2 left. I like doing it this way, so it's a total surprise for me too. Now, lemon drizzle cake, you've heard me complain about, but I fell in love with mixing it with sugar cookies, so ooh, I don't like it by itself. I just needed another bar or 2. So this one I'm only using as a mixer. I love it with sugar cookie. Then it gives me the lemon drizzle cake that I thought I was getting by itself. And last but not least, I think it's fitting that this is the last bar I'm showing you. This bar was my favorite new fall smell last year, and it was in the Harvest Trio, and that is cranberry pumpkin spice. This smells like old school Yankee. Cranberry, the pumpkin, oh, I get it right now. The spices, the warmth. Oh, it's so good. To me, this is the perfect mix of fall plus a little bit of Thanksgiving. Great anytime September through the end of November. Wonderful bar with the pumpkin and the cranberry, the warmth and the tartness, a little bit of spice, a little bit of mellowness. Fantastic. So that is what's in my quarterly club. Now, come July 1st, I'm going to do a careful edit of all the ones that I do not need to keep. Now, I've only got 1 day to do it because July 2nd, my club will close and start processing. But I will have that one precious day where I will make my list of everything that's coming back, and all of us, consultants or not, we get so nervous sitting on the edge of our seat waiting for that online catalog reveal to see what's coming back and what's new and what we have lost, we may mourn. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. The biggest reason, I have any Scentsy Club is for the emotional security of having the scents that I love that connect me to wonderful things in my past, because that is what scent is so good at doing.